Hey guys, welcome back to this week's weekly reading vlog. It is Monday, 7:39 p.m. Sorry I'm starting this vlog off a little later than normal. I have my nephew today and just found out I don't have them tomorrow, so not quite a day off, but almost a day off. But this week's reading plan, since it's the last few days of Decamathon, I would like to try and get the last few prompts that I have off, reading prompts to have off, checked off my list that I need to get done, which is Retelling, Royalty, and Perspective of a Villain. That's 3 books. The Perspective of a Villain book is really relatively short. It's on my bookshelf and I don't want to go get it. It's at the very top of the shelf, so I'm going to need a ladder. And I'm going to read Beast Within by Serena Valentino. That's Gaston's perspective. So, and he's a villain in that. So, but right now, the other 2 books I'm going to be reading are A Curse for Dark and Lonely by British Kemmerer. This is the retelling prompt, and this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Right now I am on chapter 26, page 219, and I'm hoping to get a little bit further into this tonight, seeing how I don't have to get up quite so early tomorrow. So I will be reading quite a bit of this tonight. Maybe get to page 300, which is chapter 34 and chapter 34, so, and then finish it off tomorrow. So that's my goal, page 300 of this tonight. Maybe a little further. It's only 7:30, so I can get pretty far. Well, 7:40 now. And then my royalty prompt is The Iron Vow by Julie Kagawa. I have started this one already as well, and I'm on page 148, so shouldn't be too hard to finish all 3 of these books this week, hopefully. But yeah, right now I'm gonna stick with my biggest book, which is this one, and it's almost 500 pages long. And so yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one for now, see how far I end, where I end off of tonight, and I'm gonna go from there. But I'll keep you guys updated. This is a reread for me, so yeah. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated, and I will go from there. I will probably update you guys at what page I get to tonight. So what page is 319 is the middle of a chapter, so if I could get to 36 and just finish it off tomorrow, that would be great. So chapter 36 is going to be my newlywed goal, but I'm going to go start reading this, and I will update you guys as I go along. Good morning, guys. It is 8:46 p.m. and last night I did start Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm not sure how you pronounce that last name, but I got to page 90 last night, and I woke up this morning and started reading. I'm on page 154, so this is a quick read actually, so I'm probably going to read more of this morning, see how far I get. This is my villain prompt for Decamathon, so that's this prompt, and yeah, should hopefully finish it either today or tomorrow, because I only have the one job today, and yeah, but I'm gonna read more of this. I'm enjoying it. This takes on Hook's perspective, so this definitely counts because Hook is a villain, so, but I'm enjoying it so far. This is an adult romance, so keep that in mind going into this. So, and look up the trigger warnings before you go into this, because there are quite a few. But I'm going to continue reading this and see how far I get this morning, and we will go from there. And I'll definitely update you guys before I leave for work. So, okay, guys, it is 10:22 a.m. and I almost finished with Hooked. I'm actually enjoying it. It's probably going to be a 4 stars. So, I'm on page 220. I have 92 pages left. I won't finish this before I go to work, but I'll definitely come home and finish it. And this is my perspective of a villain prompt for Decamathon. So there's that. And then I found out I have actually one more book I need to read, but I won't, excuse me, I won't quite get to all of the book prompts. And I have to read the Found Family prompt, which I don't think I will get to that one this month. So, but at least I'm going to try and finish the last 3 books that I've started working on. So, this will definitely get finished today. I started it last night. It's definitely a fast-paced read. I got to page 90 last night, which was chapter 15. And I've already read over 100 pages today. So, definitely be finishing this when I get home today from work, and then read more of my retelling prompt, The Curse So Dark and Lonely. So, I'm almost halfway through with this one. I'm on chapter 30, page 255. So, that's the plan for today. Finish this, read more of this. Both Disney retellings, kind of. This is adult romance, adult dark romance, and this is a YA fantasy, somewhat romance. So, but this is the bigger book of the 3 that I'm reading this week, so this will get finished tonight. That's not a problem. And tonight's movie is Twitches, so I haven't seen that in a little while, so going to definitely be watching Twitches tonight while I read, because I've seen it, so I don't have to pay attention to it. But I'm gonna go finish getting ready to go to work, and I will update you guys when I get home. Okay, guys, it is still Tuesday. It's 6:25 p.m. I came home from work, finished Hooked, which I really enjoyed. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I do want to pick up Scarred, which is based off Scar. Obviously, this was my villain prompt for this Decamathon, so this is finished. I started this last night, and I ended up on page 90, and I finished it today. It was a super fast, quick read. Do look up the trigger warnings for this. There are quite a few of them in here, so keep that in mind. It's adult, dark, adult fantasy. Not necessarily fantasy, but it is a romance. It's a dark romance, so keep that in mind going into this. There were a couple of twists happening in here and did not see coming. So this is done. And now I think I'm gonna continue Curse So Dark and Lonely. This is my prompt for retelling. I'm on chapter 30, page 255. So I should be able to get a little bit more of this read tonight as well. I'm watching Twitches, which is the movie for tonight. And that's my night. I'm going to take a shower in a little while. And then once I do that, I'm going to still read for the night. So, but yeah, that's my plan. And rest of the night is going to be Curse So Dark and Lonely, and see how much of this I can read tonight, and then finish it off tomorrow, or maybe tonight. We'll see, because I'm already almost halfway through this book, so we'll see. But I'm gonna go, and I'll update you guys later. Okay guys, so it is much later now on Tuesday. It's 9:36 p.m. and I have been reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridge Kemmerer, and I've decided to count this for 2 prompts for the Decamathon since apparently we can double up. So since I'm running out of days and I'm almost finished with this book, I'm going to count this for the retelling and royalty prompt. So I am now on page 336 of A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I don't have too much left. I have about this much left. Yeah, this much left. So if I don't finish it tonight, I will definitely finish this tomorrow. So there's that. I will definitely finish this tomorrow. So this will count for 2 prompts. And then the only prompt I have left is Found Family, which I'm going to read The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll at least start it. So there's that prompt. And I have 2 more Instagram prompts to do. So photo prompts to do. So I'm going to try and get those done as well to have everything cleared across the board. So, but I'm enjoying this. It's probably going to be a 4-star read, so I'm going to go from there. Yeah, it's going to be about a 4-star read. So I've read about a little over 100 pages of this book so far today, but I've read quite a bit today, so I'm pretty happy with that. Finished a book, almost done with this book, so, but I think I have a little over 100 pages left. A little over 100 pages left, so, but I'm gonna go continue reading, which I'm enjoying, and if I don't update you guys tonight, again, I will update you guys tomorrow morning. So I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday, August 30th, and it's 6:08 p.m. and I just finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridge Kemmerer. I'm using this for my 2 prompts for royalty and retelling because I'm running out of time. So I finished those 2 prompts with this book. That's off the list. So now, between tonight and tomorrow, I want to try and finish The Very Secret Society. Start and finish The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sugun Manhana. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but it's right there. All I know about this one is that it involves witches, and our main character has a YouTube channel pretending to be a witch, even though she actually is a witch. And she's hired to go to this house to train the younger witches with their powers. So I'm hoping to enjoy it, and we're gonna go from there. But I'm gonna start this tonight and see how far in this I can get to. So I'm probably feeling halfway, maybe, which is not quite halfway, but chapter 13. That's what I'm thinking tonight. Or 14. Let's see how fast this goes. So I'm gonna stop rambling and start this book. It's another witchy romance, so I'm excited to read it, and I'm gonna go from there. So this is my last prompt for the readathon, so hopefully I can finish this month. And yeah, gonna go, and we're gonna start this, and I'll update you guys later. Okay guys, it's 9 p.m. on Wednesday and I've started the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches and I'm on chapter 7, page 76. This is a very slow beginning, so I'm not too sure if I will be able to finish this because it has over 300 pages. It is roughly, it's 316 pages, so I know for a fact that I won't be finishing this in time for the readathon because I have work tomorrow, so, and I know I won't get it done before I go to bed, so there's that. Tomorrow is the last day of the readathon, 31st of August, so I'm going to read as much of this as possible. So there's that. This is definitely an enemies to lovers romance, and I definitely see the found family tropes in here, so this would count for my found family trope if I can finish it as the last book prompt that I need to complete. So there's that. Hopefully I can finish it. We shall see. I will not get to the chapter that I wanted to tonight because of just of how slow it is. So chapter 15 is the halfway point, so I will not get to that, but I'm going to try and get to at least chapter 10, maybe 11. These are a bit on the longer side for chapters, and that's okay, but it's also a little slower. It's a slower read than my last one, that's for sure. So, but I'm going to read more of this. I definitely need to figure out my TBR for next month because I'm doing the Vampire Diaries readathon, and I'm on Team Stefan. So, but I definitely need to get my TBR together for that, and I need to look at the prompts again for that and get my TBR together for that. But after that, I'm probably not going to do another readathon for a while, so there's that. But I'm liking this so far. I see the tension between the two characters, and yeah, for you briefly are hearing about the person who founded this house and how she's always away, so we'll have to see where this goes and see what happens. So, but yeah, for now I'm gonna go, and I'll update you guys most likely tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is Thursday. Not quite sure what time it is, but the time's over there. 7 something? Yes, it's almost 8 p.m. So, on Thursday, and I have been reading The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and I'm liking it. This is mainly a fantasy book, but the romance is the subplot of this, but it's targeted as a romance, and the romance hasn't happened yet. So, but I'm over halfway through. This is my last prompt for the Decomathon, and we have until midnight to get our points in, so I want to try and finish this before then. I can finish this within the next hour or so. I'm watching reading sprints from Brianna over at Four Paws and Books. I'm watching those so I can get some reading done. I am on chapter 16, page 176. So I've read quite a lot. I've read exactly 100 pages so far today because I started at page 76. So I've read 100 pages so far, and this has 316 pages. So right now I have 200, about 200 pages left. So a little under. So with this next sprint, I'm going to read more of it because she's doing 45-minute sprints, I think. Yeah, 45-minute sprints, so I can get a lot read in 45 minutes. But I was reading some of this before dinner, so that's why I'm at 100 pages for the day. So, but I'm going to continue this tonight. If I finish it tonight, I will definitely let you guys know. But right now, it's looking more towards like a 3-star book. So, that's it for now. But I like it. I'm not hating it. So, but yeah, I'm liking it so far. And I'm going to go. And I will update you guys when I finish my Found Family prompt for the Decamathon. This is my last book I need for this. I'm going to go finish the book, and I'll update you guys later. Hey guys, so it is now Saturday. I'm sorry I didn't update yesterday because I didn't really read anything yesterday. My best friend came over and we hung out, and yeah, so didn't read yesterday because after she left, I crashed. But we did go to Barnes & Noble, and she got me a pack of Pokemon cards, so very grateful for that. Did quite a bit of good pulls, so if you guys want to see the Pokemon card collection, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. If not, then that's okay. But while we were at Barnes & Noble, I did go ahead and pick up The Hawthorne Brothers by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This came out on the 22nd of August, and I'm so happy that I have it, and I cannot wait to read it. So this is going to definitely be in my September TBR, which I need to figure that out because I'm participating in the TVD readathon, Vampire Diaries readathon, hosted by Chloe over at Chloe Reads Books. I will link her channel down below. So that's the whole month of September. I have not finished a single book, but the first book I'm going to finish for the month is The Various Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and I am almost finished with this. This was my Found Family prompt book for the Decamathon last month. Sadly, I did not get to finish it. I have 82 pages left, and I was just very tired. So, and I just went to bed because lately I've been reading until I crash, basically, lately. So, I am going to finish this most likely today, which is the 2nd of September now. I can't believe it's already September. Holy moly. But, going to be finishing this today at some point and starting a book for the Vampire Diaries readathon. So, there's that. But I'm on Team Stefan. If anybody's wondering if anybody's doing this readathon this month with me, let me know what team you guys are on. And yeah. But yeah, this is the first book I will be finishing. I'm going to gather my TBR today while the nephew is still napping. So, and I'm setting up my planner for the month. I have already set up my reading journal. I just have to fill out my TBR. So, I'm gonna figure that out today. But for my planner, I'm using an old sticker book that I have that has all the seasons in it. So I've been using this. So there's Halloween, which I'll save that for October. I think there's a page or two of that for that. And then the rest is going to be fall-ish-esque. So I'll be using this throughout September and November. Possibly December a little bit, because there's a little bit of snow seeds and what have you in this one. So, but yeah, I've been setting up my planner for that. And yeah, but I'm gonna go and I will update you guys when I have my TBR, a reading update, and I'm going to film my September reading journal fill out once I get my TBR done. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go for a little walk real quick, and I will talk to you guys when I have a reading update. Hey guys, it is Sunday, September 3rd. It is 4:09 p.m. I'm just updating today. I did not read anything yesterday, but right now I'm trying to finish up the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Now, if, like I said in my TBR video, because this was in there, if you're going into this book looking for a romance, you will be 100% wrong. The romance is the subplot to this book. Now, and of course it doesn't happen till like the very end of the book. So, there's that. But, what I just read, a lot of stuff happened between when I last updated you guys till now. But I don't want to get too much into it because of spoilers. This is a very witch heavy book. So, but yeah. So, we get introduced to this main person, Lillian, who owns this house, the Nowhere House, and something happens to her. You don't know what it is. They're all saying she's gone away to, I think it's South Africa, is what they said, where she was going. And we just learn what really happened to her. So, and then the person who has her something, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil, is coming the day after Christmas in this book. So, yeah. So, let's just say things got very crazy the last few pages that I just read. So I'm gonna finish this off, and it's probably a 3-star read for me. If that, might be a 2.5. So yeah, I was expecting romance throughout this whole book, but no, we don't get that. So because it's in the romance section at Barnes & Noble, but the romance is very teeny tiny. It's subplot. So, fair warning going into this one, and it's not what I predicted. So, this is probably going to be a 2.5, 3 stars. Well, I do like the found family aspect in this book, though. That was really interesting. But 2.5, 3 stars for this one. So, bummer. This was a total letdown, but for me anyway. But yeah, but I'm glad I read it. So that's my update for this. But I'm gonna go, and I will give you my final rating when I finish the book. There is a little bit of spice in here, but it's not heavy. So that's it for this. I'm gonna go finish it off. I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so it is 4:50 and I just finished The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and as I predicted, I'm giving this a 2.5 stars. It's not what I expected it to be at all, but I did like the premise about family aspects, and there was a lot of miscommunication in this as well, which I did not care for. So 2.5 stars for this one, sadly, for me. But if any of you have read it and enjoyed it, I applaud you for that, but this just wasn't for me. So 2.5 stars. So now I'm gonna go and finish off this manga that I started the other day. Like I said, I'm on page 148, so it shouldn't take me too long to finish this at all. So I'm gonna finish this off because I only have this bit left and see how this goes, and we're gonna go from there. But I'll update you guys when I finish this. Okay guys, so it is much later now, and I have some reading updates for you. It is 7:09 p.m. on Sunday. Yes, I did finish this little manga at volumes 1 and 2, and I gave this a 3 stars. It was cute. I just don't know if I'm going to continue, because like I said, contemporary manga is not normally my thing. Normally I will read fantasy, paranormal type manga. Contemporary, not my thing for manga. But it was cute. I enjoyed it. So it's a 3-star read for me. So I finished these 2 things today. So I was already in the middle of them. So I figured why not finish those 2 books. And I did start Spoiler Alert by Olivia Day. I am on page 72. So I'm liking it so far. Like I said, I only almost 100 pages in. So I'm in the middle of chapter 6, so I'm going to read a little bit more of this. I am going to update my planner here so I can see what other books I read this week besides those 2, because I know I finished a couple more things this week. I just gotta figure out what I finished this week. So yeah, I started Spoiler Alert, liking it, so there's that. But I'm gonna update this. Lately I've been putting all the books that I read in my planner here on the side and on the days that I finish them. So I need to do that. So so far I've read 4 books this week. So I finished Hooked and A Curse So Dark and Lovely. So there's that. So September, we're gonna go here because yeah, because we're in September and it is Sunday. So I'm going to do books read. I'm gonna mark them down in red. So, but so far I've finished 4 books this week. I don't think I'll finish Spoiler Alert, but I'm going to get pretty far into Spoiler Alert. So I'll probably do one more update tonight and let you guys know how far I get into Spoiler Alert, and then I will end the vlog when I give you my last update. So there's that. And I added some stickers in September because fall season around the corner. So I'm gonna go update this and I will talk to you guys later on. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading vlog. Now it is 8:55 p.m. on Sunday, so I figured I'd go ahead and wrap up this vlog. So I finished Hooked by Emily McIntyre this week, and I gave this a 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. You'll see more about this in my vlog. But in this one, we follow Hook and Wendy who happens to be Peter's daughter in this novel. And Hook uses Wendy in order to get to Peter. However, things take a turn, and Hook ends up falling for Wendy. So this is an adult, dark romance novel, so keep that in mind going into this. Also, highly look up the trigger warnings for this book. There are quite a few, so keep that in mind. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I do want to get Scarred next and read that, so highly enjoyed this one. Then I finished Reread, which was A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridge Kimmerer. I gave this a 4 stars. It was a 5 stars, but I gave it a 4 stars upon reread. I do have books 2 and 3 that I can read as well. So I, again, still enjoyed it. So next I'm going to start A Heart So Fierce and Broken. So soonish, not now, soonish. This was really good reread. So then the disappointing book of the week that I finished today, which was The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I'm not going to talk too much more about this book because I gave this a 2.5 stars. That's it. So, disappointment. And then I finished this manga as well today, and I gave it a 3 stars. It was cute. Still don't know if I'm going to continue it, so we shall see what ends up happening. So, and I also started Spoiler Alert by Olivia Day, and I got to chapter 10, page 125. So I'm liking this so far, and yeah, we're gonna continue with this next week and go from there. But for now, it's good. And in this book, we follow these two characters who meet in real life, and they're talking to each other on the internet, but they don't know. Well, April finally tells Marcus who she is online, but Marcus doesn't tell April who he is online, and she's been talking to him for a while. She doesn't know that yet, so hopefully she finds out soon where I'm at right now, and we could go from there. But yeah, I'm liking it so far, and I will continue this tomorrow. But here is what I finished this week, plus started. So this was a really good reading week, disappointment read, and some other good reads. So it's my reading week. And like, subscribe, comment, let me know down below what you guys read this week. I would love to know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.